met a woman who knows a stage 4 or a metastatic breast cancer victim in Fresno, and they're going to get on stevia, and I'm going to sell them on drinking pure H2O, and I'm going to bring her back into perfect health on hopefully a national scale, because that's how it's going to go. You know, we're going to get as much publicity for this as we can, and then videotape it all the way through the doctor's visits where they can't explain how this cancer that had spread to the bone um, vanished. You know, it's a funny thing. My mom told the lady that runs the house, owns the house. She told Inez that I wanted a car, and what better way to get a car than to either drive down to Fresno, where this metastatic breast cancer victim lives, you know, 3 times a week, to bring her. Well, actually, I could bring her 5 gallons of pure H2O, and that would last her 5 days. And then I could go down like every 5 days with pure H2O, you know, or she could come to live up here. There's room in the house, you know, 2 and 3 to a room, but it's comfortable and it's good food. Everybody in here is chunky except Dan Quinn. He's leaning down. His face is taking on that look when I was a lot younger. I can see it. It just comes with being lean. Um, and I'm going to get more lean because I'm drinking stevia, and my body has been doing a test run on just using stevia. Does it work to lose fat? Oh, yes. Just putting stevia in tap water, which I'm doing right now, um, just putting stevia in tap water is vanishing my gut, vanishing my love handles, and vanishing the fat on my face. So, depending on when the 5 people who are watching clicked on because they saw it's me, yeah, I have a metastatic breast cancer victim um, in my sights. She is a relative of the lady that runs this place, and I'm gonna make it so. How you doing, Dan Quinn?
Just set it right here for you.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Have a great day.
Yeah, you too.
Thank you.
A package from UPS. You know, to the people out there that dislike me for whatever reason, however wrong it is, um, I was always considered to be a good guy. You know, even when I was knocking out everybody in San Diego, or everybody in San Diego that I fought on the street got knocked out, and there was a lot of them, and uh, they were justified. You know, I never picked on anybody that didn't have it coming. Um, that sounded bad. I never picked on anybody. Uh, you know, that didn't have it coming. Yeah, I guess picking on somebody, it doesn't matter what their size is. Um, you know, if it's verbal, the truth shall set you free. When the truth comes out about me, everybody that's watching this is going to be pissed off that they didn't put $1,000 in, you know, to help me get a car. I'm going to get a car anyways, you know, it's just a matter of time. Um, and I was thinking, with the money that I'm going to be making off of pure H2O, $1,000,000, you know, for $1,000, you know, because it wouldn't be that many thousands, so it wouldn't be that many millions. And why not? I also thought if I was a billionaire, what I'd do is pay off the mortgage of everybody that I went to high school with. You know, I should pay off the college loans of everybody that I went to Notre Dame with. And, when the truth comes out about me at Notre Dame's going to look like shit, straight up. I got set up for something that was so stupid. The priest's testimony proved she was lying. He said that he knocked at the door and listened inside and couldn't hear anything. And so he left thinking that I was gone for the night. Where in actuality, it was me and a girl from St. Mary's across the street, um, holding our breaths because we would get in trouble. We still had all our clothes on, but we would get in trouble being behind a locked door. And I just got off. I just got off a year's suspension from Notre Dame for supposedly backhanding or punching a female student 17 feet down the hall. That was their testimony. They said that I punched her and she flew 17 feet down the hall and slammed into the wall and fell to the ground unconscious. I bitch slapped her. She had attacked me and she had it coming. And I don't think there's any reason for a man not to bitch slap a woman that attacks him that he, one, doesn't know, or two, knows and knows that he's in the right. You know what I'm saying? Um, that's just my thinking. Anyways, yeah, I learned that from my mom growing up, that I didn't have to take it. And so I have 6 people watching. Yeah, I just located a metastatic breast cancer victim that has the cancer spreading to her bones. And, it's going to be such a easy setup for validation on a major scale with the people that I know, like Riley Pricehock from 5150 Sportswear or Fightwear. What's up, Riley? I'm going to give you a call. I have your number burned indelibly in my brain because I was calling you from jail. And what was I saying about Riley? Um, I forget. A neighbor and a truck went by, stole my attention, and redirected me. Yeah, so I'm pumped. Like I was saying, if somebody donated $1,000 toward a car, I can get one of the best production cars ever made in America for $3,000. It's 1993, I think, um, and it's in pristine condition, and it has an engine from absolute race car heaven. You know, it's a big block Ford, like fucking 800 horsepower, some shit like that, crazy, and it has injection uh, of air into it. You know, it's a not a not a not a turbo, but even better. And I can get that for $3,000 just walking up and knocking on the door. So, for $3,000, you know, people out there sending me $1,000 a piece. That's 3 million. I'm gonna go and cure a metastatic breast cancer victim, turn her into perfect health, videotape it all along the way to get maximum exposure, and it's going to change the world. Yeah, it will. It'll change health as we know it. Just ingesting massive amounts of stevia is a miracle for your body. And thank God that I'm an addict because I use stevia in every capacity. I smoked it, I snorted it, I cooked with it, I used it to blend all the soap out of water so it didn't make my body sick. And yeah, the only thing stevia didn't do is retrain the mush that is in my chest. It was muscle, and then I got these hard discs under my nipples that were really painful, and it turned to mush straight up. Um, those hard discs were tumors, same symptoms my uncle had, and I wasn't dumb, you know. When I felt them at first, I didn't know about stevia, and then I quickly learned about stevia when after I had cried on my toilet, thinking that I was going to die. That was jarring to say the least. But stevia saved my life, but it didn't put the muscle back. You know, I could get liposuction or something. I could do my old stevia workout regime, when I was training, and they would pretty much vanish, but not the munch, just the look. Anyhow, yeah, for $1,000, it would have got you 1 million. And after I cure a metastatic breast cancer victim, we're gonna be. That's not even taking into account the fact that stevia turns water into a fuel. So I'm gonna get royalties off of all the new engines they're gonna make. You know, for split H2O, my idea. I'm gonna get royalties, on lots of stuff. I'm gonna get royalties on sale of pure H2O. How much do you think pure H2O is going to go for after it cures a metastatic breast cancer victim and leans her down into perfect health in 3-4 months? How much do you think a gallon of pure H2O is going to go for at that point? You know, to the highest bidder? Lots, you know, because it's not in mass production now. It's in dormancy, actually, because all the implements to make pure H2O are in storage right now. I'm not even making it for myself, which I should be. There's no reason for me not to. Um, anyhow, yeah, I have 5 people, supposedly 5 people. Why don't you check in? Let me know who you are. And do you have an extra $1,000 that you'd like to invest to 1 million? It's only three. I only need 3 grand. I shook the hand of Carlos, Lis, not Less. Um, I shook his hand and said that if I bring 3,000, I'm driving away. And he shook on it. Basically, have to make it so he has transportation too. But for 3 grand, I'm gonna get the great the child is the grandson of that 929 that I got from Joe, that I bought with my money when I bought the engine for 850. It was 1,000 because he needed other shit for the car. The only reason why I was doing that was because I knew that I was going to have it. I was going to buy it myself, and when Joe told me that the $1,000 camera and the big bag of weed in the back of my car have been taxed for supposedly threatening Maria's life. I never threatened Maria's life. What I did say is that if somebody assassinates me, I want my kids to go to the Ukrainians or the Russians and pay them to kill everybody in their family tree who did it. Why not? They do that kind of shit for money. And, you know, my idea cures that metastatic breast cancer tumor victim when, whether I'm here or not. So you go to my kids and they be rich and to do the whole family, you know, Joe, and then the Vagos. I don't know if the Ukrainians would take on such a task. I don't know if it would be really justified, but you know, to uh, to pay the Russians or the Ukrainians or the Yugoslavs, I don't give a fuck. Somebody that would take the money on killing every one of them. You know what I'm saying? I mean, how much money were we talking when stage 4, basically metastatic breast cancer, vanishes? How many billions do you think that's going to lead to? You know, it could end a lot of quote unquote family members from the Vagos. So that's what I said. If anybody, kills me because I'm a good guy and I'm on the side of right in this, when it comes out, the truth at Notre Dame, I'll tell you what, the priest's testimony said that the room was silent. Her testimony said that the stereo was playing so loud that her cries for help couldn't be heard, but yet everybody that was in that party was looking out their door down the corridor of the dorm that I was in. All these potential witnesses, it was a slam dunk. I should have been a 10 to $15 million guy back in 1987 or 88. And yeah, 1988. I should have been a 10 to $15 million guy leaving Notre Dame and choosing any school in the country that I wanted to play football with. Um, but that got derailed by Notre Dame and the priests and how icky, bad they've been throughout history. How many kids get molested, how many people get fucked over, because it's in the best interest of the church. you know, they're gonna look terrible, and I'm gonna look like a shining fucking star. And my game film, and my practice film, I stack up with Dick Butkus and Lawrence Taylor. Fact, not fiction. I could sit here and wax philosophic about football and the harm that it does to so many kids that have bad coaches. Um, Sends them on a destiny of trying to macho prove themselves right. Um, you know, Coaches teaching kids, how to be tough, and then them growing up and becoming men. That's where it's going wrong in America. Straight up, it's going wrong in America because men are in charge when it should be women. Women were in charge a long time ago in our history. That's a fact. Look it up, Google it. And if they were in charge back then, why shouldn't we go back to that as fast as we fucking can to save this planet? Men have brought this planet to the brink of destruction in a mere 2,000 years. We don't have 2,000 more to go. And yet, no one's checked in and it says that I have 5. Well, you know what? I'm gonna cap it here. Hopefully this gets uploaded, and I'm gonna be a billionaire before 2 years are out.